Alright guys, welcome back. So we just left off with close reading of that iPod ad, and hopefully you were able to hear the sound as well. Now, sound and soundtracks and such is obviously only going to apply to visual video ads, but it's something to keep in mind. Those are visual features that have particularly to do with motion video. Alright, well, what was the dominant message of that iPod ad? What was the dominant reading? Well, they're saying life is random and shuffle is random. So iPod shuffle reflects your life, which is supposedly, upbeat and energetic and fun, right? You had the dancing, the upbeat music, and the camera movements, right? Think about the camera work. The camera mirrored the dancers, so it's like the camera was dancing around too. And finally at the end, like the symbol merged with the person and actually erased the person. So the dominant reading is just, this is really convenient, it's light, right? Because the focus on the dancing aspect, well, it was always hanging from their necks and they're bouncing around like crazy, and so it's very light product and it's portable. So you can have your music while you're doing sports and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Now we could make an implied reading that it overstates the identity merge between the product and the person. And notice, like it was at the very end that you had the Apple symbol. Not a very good Apple symbol. You get the idea? But they saved that for the very end. So like the person and the product merge, and then it was like, boom, Apple. It's like you become Apple. So we could push back on that a little bit and maybe do an oppositional reading in that direction, that it overstates that identity merge. I don't want to become an Apple product. No thanks. All right, let's move on. We're going to look at some print ads. Okay, so thinking about images that sell, these ads are designed to make an impact at a glance. Okay, so it needs to be quick, and it needs to be a strong, clear message that doesn't take a lot of time to decode. You just glance and it's like, boom, yep, got that message. Therefore, the visual appeal of an ad is very important, and there are a number of visual elements that make up an ad. So you have your visual element sheet. Let's take a look at some ads. So thinking about general mood, let's zoom in a bit, take a closer look at some of these ads. All right, so imagine you just close your eyes and you open your eyes and you look at this ad. What's the first thing your eye goes to? Where does your eye tend to go to? Well, should have went here. Should have went right there. Why? It's the brightest area. And our eyes like light. And so wherever it's brighter tends to be where our eye goes first. Now, what's the scene? Well, we're inside a fridge. And of course, we've got the brand itself. So the brand name and the logos and the colors should pop as well. And we've got 3 logos very clearly stationed. But that's not actually where our eye goes. In fact, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of here that is the center of the ad. Right? If we were to draw a line right down the middle, this space in the middle leaves a gap. Well, if our eye goes here first, what do we have here? Well, these are olives. But what are they all doing? They look kind of weird, right? Well, they're all staring at the Pepsi. So the olives look like human eyes staring over there, looking at the Pepsi. Why? They're jealous of the Pepsi. They want to drink the Pepsi. They're saying, Pepsi's more refreshing than us. If you open the fridge and that's all you see, what are you going to pick? Yeah, you're going to pick Pepsi, right? So, this is a fun ad, and it guides our eye around the ad. Because our eyes follow the olives. We go here, and we go, oh, Pepsi. And then we see Pepsi. And then there's balance over here, because we have the logo again, and it's the cola. So pay attention to the text. Text is important. It's the cola means it's because of Pepsi being so good. Basically, right? That's why they're staring. So the general mood on this one is really fun and playful, we could say, right? Uses color, uses light and dark in a very good way, and it's very balanced. All right, the next one is an example for typeface. So here we have the ad, and we want to look at the text plus the font relationship here. So what do we have? On track. And here's a train, and the font is actually made out of tracks. Looks like kids' train tracks all put together, right? So, in this case, the colors are pretty much just white, gold, and blue, and a touch of red. What does the blue connect us to? It actually connects us over here with the brand name of the company, advertising. And notice, some of the tracks come off, they go off screen, so to speak. So what they want us to imagine is, oh, the train track goes all the way here, right? So somewhere along the lines of this journey, the track has led us to the name of the company, connecting the blue with the blue of the train track. So very creative use. And also think about the white space. Lots of white space in this one, which the colors, being only 3 colors, and the white space really makes the blue of the company name pop out and connect back to the train blue. Alright, so creative use of fonts. Okay, let's think about logos. In this one, the sign or symbol or lettering that stands for the company product. Well, tons of logos going on here on these, soccer players' shirts. At least 3. But which one do they want us to really notice? Well, Intel inside. So Intel is the company. Intel inside is the company slogan, their catchphrase. And these guys are kind of smiling and having fun. Why? Well, they've actually put the Intel inside their shirts. So that's kind of fun. So what we're thinking about here is placement. of a logo or a symbol. Okay, so it gives it a double meaning. All right, this one we're looking at color scheme. So is there any color scheme in this, and what is the product being advertised? When you first look at this, what word comes to mind? I think of words like crazy, chaos, vibrant, maybe youthful, maybe fun, maybe rainbow. It's not really one dominant color. Are anybody in this ad dressed the same as anybody else? No, so maybe unique style, everything together. The company name is for fashion, Juicy Couture, and they've made their company name just a plain white. You see Juicy here and love and peace. They've got kind of a modern hippie style going. But the fact that it's for fashion, it's kind of saying be yourself, be totally unique. And our clothing line is kind of bohemian, bright, colorful, and it's somewhat chaotic and somewhat lively and energetic. So that's what they're trying to say about their brand. All right, this one's interesting for use of light and darkness. So if you think about brightness and contrast, light and dark, and the relationship between them. So we've got our setting here. Let's think about a story here for the setting. Where are we? Well, looks like this is the famous from Shanghai. I don't know the name of that building, but we're in China. And who are our characters? Well, we've got this white European lady. Well, maybe European or whatever, Caucasian. And then an Asian guy here. And what's happening between them? Where's she looking? Where's her gaze? And what's her expression on her face? Does she really want to go with this guy? Notice how he's grabbing her, pulling her. She's holding his elbow, but her hand is gesturing away. And here's the bag. Here's the company. Notice the whiteness and the whiteness of her skin. He's pretty much all dressed in black. And this is the bag. And she's looking off in the distance like, I don't want to go with you. The light is all over here. And it's darker where he is. So as a scale, going this way gets darker as you move that way. Okay? So very interesting. It's telling a story, and we could kind of say there's some racism here. She doesn't want to go with the Chinese guy, and he represents like darkness. And she's in China, and it seems like she's being pulled somewhere. Okay? So very strange ad concept, strange story. We could definitely do an oppositional reading of this. That's pretty strong. Okay, that's going to be our focus if we were analyzing that ad. Okay. This one's neat in terms of shapes. So we got a soccer ad. We got Adidas, guy playing soccer. So the connection with the white. And what are the actual shapes? Well, they're humans. And there's 11 of them. And that makes a soccer team. You need that exact number for a soccer team. And all those humans together make one guy, one human. So what are they saying? Teamwork. Right? So that's it for those. We'll come back with another video talking about the story components in ads and stories that sell and using story for the product.